State and UC Riverside come up on the stage, and we'll get ready.
Captain.
El Capitan.
Points you answer.
I was just checking. You never know.
He said on the wrong
You
side.
never know if you're on a mic and you say, "Oh, the audience is looking great today, and I love them all." The audience is so beautiful. Absolutely stunning.
There was one without a stand last time, and it was like doing a lot of feedback, so it was just fun.
Let me drop the mic.
Oh, I'm blinded.
We also. Here we are recording this, so that's. Oh.
Huh?
Wow, they're recording.
Who's recording it then?
I
I think they recorded the first round.
Oh. Is it like live stream?
Yeah, because it's a hybrid conference. So.
All right, it's that time. Welcome, everyone, to the final rounds of the Entomology Games. I want to thank all of our teams who participated at the meeting this year for all their hard work and preparation for the competition. I have a pretty similar introduction to the preliminary round that took place on Sunday, so we'll buzz through that, go through some general rules, and then we'll get started with our first round. If I can have the slides advance, please. All right, this is our bracket. We'll start with Kansas State and UC Riverside, and whoever wins this round will advance to the next one with Hawaii, and then we have Texas A&M and Auburn, and then we'll get going with our championship round at the end of the night. And I hope you'll stay around for the student award ceremony to follow this event. Next slide, please. I just want to thank our Entomology Games Committee for all their hard work this year. It was a pleasure to work with them. I hope if you have any ideas on how to improve the competitiveness and welcomeness of Entomology Games that you'll contact your branch representatives or come and get involved with the committee. Next slide. Thanks to our wonderful judges, we have David Plotkin, Eric Rubeck, and Meredith Spence-Bolio, who have taken the time out of their meeting to judge our competition. I want to thank our student volunteers for helping behind the scenes and make tonight run smoothly, as well as those who answered our open call for questions before the meeting. Next slide. Congratulations to our virtual games winners. If you're interested in participating virtually, please check out the website at ESA, and thanks to those who participated, and congratulations to our winners. Next slide. All right, the general rules overview. So you have your buzzers. Make sure you're buzzing in for a question or to submit an answer, but wait to be acknowledged. I'll either say your school or your last name, and then you may answer. For a toss-up question, we want to emphasize that these are on an individual basis, so please don't confer with your teams for toss-up questions. This also includes you go, no you go, so make sure that that's an individual type of participation. However, on the bonus questions, when you answer a toss-up question correctly and earn your team a bonus question, that is when you can work together as a team and submit an answer. So for each toss-ups and bonuses, you'll have 10 seconds to answer. At the end of those 10 seconds, I'll call to see if there are any last guesses. Please don't be afraid to buzz in and give your best shot. And then I also want to remind you, you are more than welcome to interrupt me. However, if you do and incorrectly answer the question, your team will lose 5 points. So make sure that if you are on the interrupt, that could be a good strategy, but just be forewarned. For toss-ups and bonuses, each of these are worth 10 points. And then I also want to emphasize audience participation is encouraged, but I want us to all make this a welcoming environment and make it really positive, so cheer your teams on. But please don't blurt out any answers without being prompted by me, because sometimes if one team buzzes in, the other team still has an opportunity if the first answer was incorrect. So that's just a general brief overview of our rules. And if there aren't any questions, we will get started. Judges, are you ready? Yeah, so just to repeat, if there are any teams in the audience, if you cannot hear me or if there's a weird echo, please let me know and we will make adjustments as soon as we possibly can. So with that, we'll get started with introductions, and we'll start with Kansas State on stage left or audience's right.
Hi.
Osborne.
My name is Cameron Osborne, third-year PhD student, Kansas State, working with Chris Silver and Lee Konstead. Yeah.
Hall.
Hi, my name is Brandon Hall. I'm a second-year PhD student at Kansas State University, and I work with Christopher Silver on body midges.
Maylee.
Hi, I'm a second-year PhD student, and I work with Dr. Kunyan Zhu and Dr. Aaron Scully on stored product functional genomics.
Butters.
Hi, my name is Jessica Butters. I recently graduated with my master's degree in pollinator ecology, and I'm looking for a job. We would also like to thank our coach, Dr. Gregory Zolnerowicz, and we'd also like to thank the ESA committee for putting on the games. We appreciate it.
All right, and UC Riverside? Crestline.
Hello, my name is Luke Crestline. I'm a fifth-year graduate student in John Harity's lab, and I study the systematics of aphelinid wasps.
Legier?
Hey, I'm Laura Legier. I am a fifth-year grad student at UCR in Quinn McFrederick's lab, and I study the bumblebee gut microbiota.
Shates?
Hi, I'm Tessa Shates. I'm a sixth-year PhD candidate and in the mock lab, and I study plant-insect virus interactions.
Nyman.
Hi, my name's Ben Nyman. I'm a fourth-year PhD candidate, co-advised by Alec Gary and Kurt Anderson, and I study the larval ecology of Aedes in cryptic habitats. And we'd like to thank our coach, Dr. Caleb Hubbard, and the Games Committee.
All right, Crestline, I'm gonna have you push your buzzer just a little bit forward. And we'll get started with toss-up number 1. Dr. Osama El-Lissi is the current Deputy Administrator of what USDA program which oversees the importation of natural enemies? On the interrupt, Osborne.
APHIS?
That is correct. Oh. Can you expand?
APHIS program, agricultural, plant health, insect systems. That's all I got, thank you.
All right, so I can read the question in its entirety. All right, Dr. Osama El-Lissi is the current Deputy Administrator of what USDA program which oversees the importation of natural enemies for many of the classical biological control efforts conducted in the United States. We will accept the full name of this program or its 3-letter initialism. Shates.
This a guess. Invasive species program.
That's a good guess. Audience, do you have any ideas? PPQ, it's the Plant Protection and Quarantine. All right, and for toss-up number 2, the anti-helminth moxidectin, marketed as an alternative to ivermectin, is promoted as a method to protect beneficial species in what family of Coleoptera? The beetles in this family appear to be less sensitive to the moxidectin found in the feces of treated livestock. Nyman.
Scarabaeidae.
That is correct. That's 10 points for UC Riverside. Toss-up number 3. Oh, excuse me. Jeez. I need to get my stuff together here. Okay, bonus number 1 for UC Riverside. What Tony-winning actor played opera singer Song Liling in the original Broadway cast of M. Butterfly? This actor also played Dr. Henry Wu, the chief geneticist who extracted dino DNA from fossilized mosquitoes in Jurassic Park. Legier.
B.D. Wong.
That is correct. 10 points to UC Riverside. We are on toss-up number 3. Raul F. Medina recently proposed to use the pathosystem of what spiroplasmid disease as a model system for molecular studies of plant diseases. This spiroplasmid disease is vectored by the leafhopper Dalbulus maeidis, and is considered to be an important disease that reduces growth of Zea mays in the Americas. Osborne.
Leaf curl.
That is incorrect. UC Riverside. Shades.
Anthracnose.
And that is also incorrect. Audience? Corn stunt disease. Anybody? All right. Toss-up number 4. Tyrophagus casei is the species of mite that is both economically harmful and economically beneficial. Although it is a stored product pest, it is also used to produce Milbenkäse, which is a German variety of what type of food? Maylee.
Cheese.
That is correct. 10 points to Kansas State and a bonus. Okay, I'm just going to remind our students to speak up and maybe ask our tech folks to turn the mics up just a little. And a reminder to the students that your mics are hot at all times. All right, this is bonus number 2, which is image B1. And also, oh yeah, okay. Okay. This Brazilian soccer player has represented her country at the Olympics a record 7 times. Her unselfish and cooperative style of play is reminiscent of eusocial insects, which is why she is best known by what nickname, the Portuguese word for ant. The exact answer is required. This name sounds similar to, but is not the same as, a common ant genus. And that's 10 seconds. Can we have an answer? Butters?
Soccerus playerus.
Nice guess. Audience, anybody? Formiga, that is correct. All right. Toss-up number 5. Halictid bees parasitized by the Strepsipteran species Halixinos borealis were recently shown to exhibit unusual behavior when visiting flowers. The parasitized bees did not collect or eat pollen. They instead bent their abdomens downward and pressed them against the flower. According to the authors of this study, how did this behavior directly benefit the first instar strepsipterans living in the bees? Osborne.
I'm going to guess nutrient acquisition from the flowers.
Judges? Okay, that is incorrect. Shates.
Transmission, so they were able to get onto the flower and then jump onto future bees.
Judges?
Oh,
Oh.
transmission, so they were able to move onto the flower and then hop a ride onto the next bee.
That is correct. 10 points for UC Riverside. And a bonus. Bonus number 3. 2 of next year's branch meetings are scheduled to be held on islands named both of those islands. That's 10 seconds. Can we have an answer? Crestline.
Hawaii and Prince Edward's Isle.
It's also a good guess. Wrong branch, maybe.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, so one of those is correct. Audience, where's the other island? Puerto Rico. So Hawaii and Puerto Rico. All right, toss-up number 6. Xylem is difficult to extract from vascular plants because it is held at negative pressures inside the xylem cells. Achenorhynchine hemiptera, such as cicadas and froghoppers, can feed on xylem because they possess a filter chamber and wet muscular pump that enables them to overcome the negative pressure in xylem cells. Crestline.
The Cibarium.
That is correct. 10 points to UC Riverside and a bonus. An incompetent martial arts instructor named Dragonfly Jones was one of the many recurring characters played by what comedian on his self-titled sitcom, which ran for 5 seasons on Fox in the 1990s. Based on domestic box office numbers, this comedian also had a lead role in the highest-grossing film of 2020. That's 10 seconds. Can we have an answer?
No.
All right, audience, do you have a... Martin Lawrence, that is correct. All right, we are on toss-up number 7, which is image T1. This just molted insect on the cover of the 2021 World of Insects calendar belongs to what family, which contains bush grasshoppers and aposematic species called gaudy grasshoppers? Legier.
Teddiagoniidae.
That is incorrect. Kansas State. Osborne.
Acrididae.
And that is also incorrect. Audience. Hyrgomorphidae. All right, we're on to toss-up number 8. What plant family contains the neotropical tree Lucanidae lusocephala, a source of the insecticidal amino acid mimicine? Other species in this plant family are hosts of the noctuid moth Chrysodeixis includens, and the beetle Epilacna varivestis, and the aphid Acyrthosyphon pisum. Name the plant family.
Fabaceae.
Shades?
Fabaceae.
That is correct. That's 10 points for UC Riverside. And a bonus. Bonus number 5. What ESA journal was recently given its first impact factor, 4.771, and is currently ranked number 6 out of 102 entomology journals? This journal is currently edited by Sydney Cameron and James Whitfield. Crestline.
Insect systematics and biodiversity.
And that is correct. 10 points for UC Riverside. Okay. I'm so sorry. Okay. We were very close. All right, we are on toss-up number 9. Joan Witten's tracheal-based classification of immature Diptera uses what term to describe the tracheal systems of I'm having a hard time tonight. Sorry, guys. I'm going to start this over. Joan Witten's tracheal-based classification of immature Diptera uses what term to describe the tracheal systems of Ceratopogoniidae, Simuliidae, and Chironomidae? This term refers to any larva that diffuses oxygen directly through the cuticle and does not have spiracles. Nyman.
Apnoistic.
That is correct. 10 points for UC Riverside and a bonus. Bonus number 6. What new national ESA award was established to honor 4 students at historically black colleges and universities, as well as other minority-serving institutions? And that's time. Audience? The ALATE Award. All right, and we are on toss-up number 10, which is image T2. All right. Give the scientific or common name of this insect, which can vector murine typhus. Counterintuitively, this insect can also vector the dog tapeworm. Osborne.
Genocephalides felis.
That is correct. 10 points to Kansas State and a bonus. This is bonus number 7. The use of genetically modified mosquitoes in the United States is regulated by what organization, which is currently run by Administrator Michael S. Regan? That's time. Hall.
The EPA.
That is correct. 10 points to Kansas State. Toss-up number 11. What 2-word term describes a petroleum or plant-based product that is usually filtered and distilled to remove plant-harming compounds and formulated with an emulsifier to make application easier? This product is a common component of many IPM programs and can help control insects by blocking spiracles, preventing eggs from hatching, and interfering with feeding or membrane function. Shates.
Mineral oil.
Can you elaborate? Never mind, the judges are giving that one to you. Nice job. That's 10 points to UC Riverside. And bonus number 8. Oh, sure. So we were looking for horticultural oil or paraffinic oil, and you had said mineral oil, which falls under that petroleum-based oil. Nice job. Bonus number 8. The article on the final page of an issue of American Entomologist used to be called Terminal Segment, but it is now known by what other name, which it shares with a genus of Coleoptera? And that's time. Can we have an answer? All right, audience? Can you speak up? That's correct, Ziziva. All right, we are on toss-up number 12. This tick family contains only a single species, which is found in southern Africa with a broad host range. It has a morphological resemblance to both the Ixodidae and the Argacidae, and it is thought to be the most basal tick lineage. What is the name of this tick family? And that's time. Any guesses? Nyman.
Paleoxodidae.
That is incorrect. Kansas State? Osborne.
Ixodidae Argacidae.
Also a great guess. Audience. Natalielidae. Oh. All right, toss-up number 13. What are the proteins that capture and transport semiochemicals to olfactory receptors during the first step in insect olfaction? Maylee.
Oh, sorry.
Odor and binding proteins?
That is correct. 10 points to Kansas State and a bonus. Bonus number 9 is image B2. Dr. Brian Lassard's 2011 paper on the horsefly genus Scaptia went viral because he named a new species after Beyoncé. 9 years later, he received similar accolades for describing the elegant, extravagant soldier fly seen here and naming it after what celebrity, who just won the 2021 Emmy for Outstanding Host of a Reality or Competition Program. Osborne.
RuPaul.
That is correct. 10 points to Kansas State. We're on toss-up number 14. Part of the life cycle of an obligate entomopathogenic nematode includes a free-living life stage that penetrates the host insect and initiates infection. What is the name of this life stage? Nyman.
It's an IJ, which is an infective juvenile.
That is correct. 10 points to UC Riverside, and our next bonus. This is bonus number 10. Jacqueline Charlotte Dufresnoy was a nightclub singer and actress who was the first French person to have gender confirmation surgery and the first transgender person in France to legally marry. Early in her showbiz career, she adopted a stage name that is the French word for an insect in what family of Coleoptera?
Coccinellidae? Coccinellidae?
That's time. Crestline?
Coccinellity.
That is correct. Her stage name was Coccinelle. 10 points to UC Riverside. And toss-up number 15. In order of increasing level of toxicity, what are the 3 signal words that can be found on an insecticide label? Maylee.
Caution, warning, danger.
That is correct. 10 points to Kansas State, and our next bonus. This is bonus number 11. Veterans of the entomology games know that Abraham Lincoln signed the Morrill Act into law in 1862, establishing land-grant universities in the United States. But in what year did President Benjamin Harrison sign the second Morrill Act, which expanded the system to include historically black land-grant institutions? And that's time. Hall.
1890.
That is correct. 10 points to Kansas State. All right, this is toss-up 16. This is the last toss-up of our game. According to Wipfler et al.'s molecular phylogeny of extant Polyneoptera, what insect order is most closely related to Phasmatodea? The phylogeny included 5 genera in this order, including Aposthenia, Antipyluria, and Haploembia. Crestline.
Embioptera?
That is correct. 10 points to UC Riverside. And our bonus is B3. According to Brooke Burrell's review of bedbugs' impact on American history and culture, what painter pranked a colleague by painting a realistic-looking bedbugs on their pillow? The artwork seen here, titled Night Bugs, is a parody of this painter's best-known work. Crestline.
Hopper?
That is correct. Edward Hopper. The original painting is called Nighthawks. All right, congratulations to UC Riverside, and great job to both of our first teams. All right, and our next teams to compete are Texas A&M and Auburn. Great work, Kansas State. All right, just a few reminders. If you can't hear me very well, let me know as soon as you possibly can. Let's also have a reminder not to confer with teammates until bonuses. We'll save that for the bonus parts of the competition. And I just want to check with our audience. Can you hear our contestants as well as myself? No, okay. We will all speak louder. Okay, AV, I think I'm going to ask if you can turn the competitors' mics up and maybe not mine. Thank you. All right, we'll start by having Auburn introduce yourselves and make sure you test your buzzers. Ajibafun.
Hi, everyone. My name is Festus Ajibefan, and I'm a second-year master's student at Auburn University, and I work on German cockroaches in Dr. Appel's lab. Thank you.
Arel.
My name is Dan Orell, and a couple of my old colleagues from Texas A&M are holding up BTHO Auburn signs. So I just want to make it clear that I'm on the Auburn team because I'm working on Varroa control in Dr. Jeff Williams' lab at Auburn University, and I'm a second-year PhD student. Thank you.
Aladipupo.
Hi, everyone. My name is Sheon Oladipupo. I'm a fourth-year PhD student of entomology. My research is on the effect of essential oils on the physiology of German cockroach. And I would like to say a special shout out to our coach, Dr. Nanan Liu, Dr. John Beckman, and a special shout out to Brian and Louise, who read all the questions all year long, making sure we were sharp for this event. That being said, I give the mic to you.
Smith.
Hello, my name is Chelsea Smith. I'm a third-year PhD student, and my research focuses on the interactions between parasitoids and their cockroach hosts.
All right, and Texas A&M? Thompson.
Hello, I'm Morgan Thompson. I'm a third-year PhD student at Texas A&M University. I work with Dr. Angel Helms on the chemical ecology of plant-insect interactions.
Martin.
Hi, my name's Jacqueline Martin, and I am in the fourth year of my PhD program, and I work with the plant hopper and the tomato psyllid. And I want to say thank you to our cheering crowd out there.
List.
Hello, everyone. My name is Fabian List. I'm a fifth-year PhD candidate in Dr. Vargo's lab. My main research focus is on RNAi on tawny crazy ants.
And King.
Howdy, I'm Joni Keene. I am a fifth-year PhD candidate. I research fire ants and fire ant decapitating flies, as well as science communication. I'd like to thank our coach, Dr. Rangel, our other team member, Amy. It takes a lot of time putting this all together. I'd also like to thank the Texas A&M Entomology Department and the Southwestern Branch for their travel support. And also, thank you, Games Committee, for taking the time to do this. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, Aladipupo, I'm going to have you move your light a little bit to your right. And Thompson, can you move yours just a little bit to your left? Perfect. All right, and let's get started. Toss-up number 1. Most contact insecticides are able to penetrate the insect exoskeleton because they contain a fat-soluble compound. What is the term for this type of chemical compound? List.
Lipophilic compound?
That is correct, lipophilic. 10 points to Texas A&M and a bonus. This is bonus 13. This entomologist spent much of his career at the Walter Reed Army Institute of Research. His notable accomplishments include discovery of drug-tolerant scrub typhus and elimination of Aedes albopictus from San Jose, California. Earlier today, Mustafa Daboon, Dina Fonseca, and Ari Faraji all gave talks at a member symposium organized in his honor. Name this medical entomologist and ESA fellow who passed away in 2020. That's time. Martin.
McPherson.
That is incorrect. Audience? Daniel Strickman. All right, we are on toss-up number 2. The recent article in the Journal of IPM detailed the potential for biological control of plague vector fleas infesting prairie dogs. What general group of organisms were discussed as potential biological control agents of these fleas? Smith.
Ants.
That is incorrect. Texas A&M. List.
With a wild guess, I'm going to say predatory mites.
That is also incorrect. Audience. Entomopathogenic fungi. All right, we're on toss-up number 3. Each month, entomologists of color, known by its hashtag #EntoPoc, features and highlights a scientist of the month. In September, Jared Dyer was featured for his work tracking the population growth of what biological control agent, a natural enemy of brown marmorated stink bug? Thompson.
Trisulcus japonicus.
That is correct. 10 points for Texas A&M and a bonus. This is bonus 14. In what decade was the term ant farm first used to describe a formicarium? Other ant-related events in this decade include the publication of E.O. Wilson's doctoral dissertation on taxonomy of the ant genus Lasius and the release of a popular sci-fi film about giant irradiated ants. King.
50s?
That is correct. 10 points for Texas A&M. All right, we're on to toss-up number 4. Prior to oviposition, cicada females will make small grooves in tree limbs in order to shelter the newly hatched nymphs. This can lead to what harmful phenomenon where the grooves kill a tree's small branches, causing the twigs on the interrupt?
Girdling.
Aurel.
Girdling.
You said girdling, and that is incorrect. UC Riverside? Oh, yes, that was on the interrupt. Okay. Prior to oviposition, cicada females will make small grooves in tree limbs in order to shelter the newly hatched nymphs. This can lead to what harmful phenomenon where the grooves kill a tree's small branches, causing the twigs to die and the leaves to turn brown? Thompson.
The infection of a plant pathogen that then causes the die-off in the tree?
That is incorrect. Audience? Flagging. You described it.
Oh, okay.
All right, we are on toss-up number 5. Insects have evolved a detoxification system that is subdivided into 3 phases. After cytochrome P450s act on the external toxins during phase 1, what type of enzyme acts on exogenous toxin byproducts during phase 2? GSTs and UGTs are examples of this type of detoxification enzyme. List.
Not completely sure if I got the question correct, but I would say the glutathione transferases.
Transferases, that is correct. 10 points to Texas A&M and a bonus. This is bonus 15. Arachnologist Paula Cushing is the senior curator of the invertebrate zoology and at what museum? This museum also has an invertebrate paleontology program or collection managed by Kristen McKenzie that includes cricket fossils from the Green River Formation and longhorn beetles from the Florissant Formation. Name the museum. Martin.
Colorado Museum of Natural History.
I'm getting a head shake from our judges.
Denver Museum of Natural History is probably right. Dang it.
It is the Denver Museum.
So close.
So close. All right, toss-up number 6. Earwigs are known for their maternal care, but the species Anacura harmandi goes above and beyond in its support. What describes the extreme contribution of on the interrupt list?
The mother stays with their eggs to protect them until she dies and then becomes the first meal for the newly hatched offspring.
I'm getting nods from our judges. That is correct. 10 points to Texas A&M. So the answer was matrophagy, so the mother provides the first meal for her young. Bonus number 16. A new book by biologist Jonathan Balcom, subtitled The Unexpected Lives of the World's Most Successful Insects, shares its name with what 1972 blaxploitation film, which features an iconic soundtrack by soul singer Curtis Mayfield.
This is a bonus, right? Maybe? I have no idea. I'll go for that chocolate. That's the only guess we got.
Martin.
Blazing Saddles.
Blazing Saddles is incorrect. Audience? Superfly. Oh.
That makes sense.
It does. Toss-up number 7. Emerald ash borer has wiped out large swaths of native ash across the North American continent. What native non-ash alternative host for this borer was identified in 2014? Arel.
Guessing American beach.
That is incorrect. Texas A&M. Thompson.
Tree of Heaven?
That is also incorrect. Audience? White fringe tree. That's correct. All right, toss-up number 8. In 2015, the EPA revised its regulations that provide occupational protections for agricultural employees and pesticide handlers in the United States. What is the collective name of these regulations? Arel.
The Worker Protection Standard.
That is correct. 10 points to Auburn and a bonus. This is bonus number 17. What is the name of the USDA ARS administrator who gave an opening plenary address at the 2020 virtual ESA meeting? Earlier this year, President Biden nominated her for the position of USDA Undersecretary for Research, Education, and Economics. And that's time. Can we have an answer? Aladi Pupo.
I'm just gonna guess Allen.
Sorry, can you repeat?
Allen.
Allen is incorrect. Audience? Shavonda Jacobs Young. All right, we are on toss-up number 9. What is the name of the gap that lies between the axon terminal of one neuron and the on the interrupt? Aladi Pupo.
Synapse.
That is correct. 10 points to Auburn and a bonus. This is bonus number 18. Sorry? Okay, awesome. We like cheering. Cheering is good. Not counting current ESA president Michelle Smith, who is the most recent president from the North Central Branch. This past president is the director of the University of Nebraska State Museum and was elected as an ESA Fellow in 2020. And that's time. Aladi Pupo.
Simons.
That's incorrect. Audience? Susan Weller. She was actually president when we had the meeting here in Denver last time. All right, we are on toss-up number 10. After nearly 40 years in development, the World Health Organization has approved the world's first general-use vaccine for the treatment of what disease? The vaccine that treats this disease has the formal name RTS, S, and the trade name Mosquirix. Name the disease. List.
Malaria.
That is correct. 10 points to Texas A&M and a bonus. This is bonus with image B4. All right. Lepidopterist Mary Ann Horak was first ever winner of the J.O. Westwood Medal for the excellence in insect taxonomy. She did her graduate studies in what European city near her home canton of Glarus? This city is also known for its soccer team GCZ, nicknamed Grasshoppers, that has won 27 national championships. List.
We're going to go with Zurich or Zurich.
Zurich is correct. That's 10 points to Texas A&M. Right. Toss-up number 11 is image T3. The butterfly at the top of this image is from an album cover released by a lovely American rock band in 2009. If you change one letter in the name of the band, you get the singular name of a morphological structure, two of which are found in the male genitalia of many insects, such as Coleoptera and Hemiptera. Give either name or give the nearly identical name of the band. Martin.
Paramore.
That is correct. 10 points to Texas A&M. And this is bonus number 20. Ma Yi Sheng Shu is a classic dish in Sichuan Chinese cuisine whose name translates to ants climbing a tree. Allegedly, the person who named it imagined the chopped scallions as tree leaves and the blank as tree branches, and the little bits of blank as ants. Name either ingredient that fills in the blanks in this description of the dish. List.
Funny side fact, that's one of my favorite dishes that I cook at home all the time, but I don't use scallops. The recipe that I know them of is with glass noodles and...
That is correct.
Good, wonderful.
It's made with glass noodles or ground pork, and ground pork.
Nice.
All right, toss-up number 12. Chlordane, an organochlorine insecticide originally registered for use in agriculture, was removed from use in 1988. What was its last labeled use at the time it was removed? List.
Termite fumigation.
Turning to our judges. I'm getting nods. That is correct. All right, and this is bonus 21, which is image B5. All right. The fall 2021 issue of American Entomologist had an article about an outreach program where scientists at the Florida Museum would teach students at local public schools how to rear Lepidoptera in order to foster interest in the natural world. This outreach project was known by what rhyming name, a reference to the excrement of the reared caterpillars? Martin.
Frass class.
I'm going to turn to our judges. I mean, it rhymed. All right, so we were looking for frass in the class, but frass class is going to earn them 10 points.
Okay.
You see, sorry, Texas A&M. All right, toss-up number 13. In 2019, Cecilia Weichert described a new species of what hymenopteran family from a fossilized specimen whose forewing had 10 closed cells. The new discovery confirms that this family of wasps is at least 50 million years old, which is still 250 million years younger than the oldest fossil of their potential arachnid prey. Name the wasp family. Smith.
Pompilidae.
That is correct. 10 points to Auburn and a bonus. Bonus 22. Elizabeth Hargrave, the award-winning game designer who created the board game Wingspan, recently released what entomological board game, where the goal is to help your monarch butterflies complete their migration to and from their overwintering site in Mexico? Alaripupo,
Danios.
can you repeat?
Danios.
That is incorrect. Audience? Mariposas. Yeah. All right, we're on toss-up 14. Most entomologists are familiar with the sand pits of Myrmeleontidae, but the same behavior was convergently evolved in the larval of family Diptera. Historically placed in the Ragionidae, these predaceous flies are known by what common name, derived from the Latin, on the interrupt, Aurel?
Worm lions.
That is correct. 10 points to Auburn and a bonus. Bonus 23. The ability to edit insect genomes with CRISPR has revolutionized many fields of entomology. Name either winner of the 2020 Nobel Prize in Chemistry that co-developed the CRISPR-Cas9 method of genome editing. Oladipupo.
Doudna.
That is correct. 10 points to Auburn. All right, toss-up number 15. What is the medically relevant genus of the insect that vectors the epizootic hemorrhagic disease virus? Aurel?
Culex.
That is incorrect. Texas? King?
I'll just take a guess, 80s?
That is also incorrect. Audience? Culicoides. All right, toss-up 16. This is the last question of this match. A recent update to the IRAC classification system lists 2 bacterial non-BT agents and 3 fungal agents as having unknown or uncertain mode of action. Name any one of those bacterial or fungal agents. Smith.
Bovaria bassiana.
That is correct. 10 points to Auburn. And bonus 24 is image B6. The Prime Minister of what country has their office in a parliament building nicknamed the Beehive, which appears on this country's $20 note? The newly described species seen here, Hemiandris jacinda, is endemic to this country and was named after the current Prime Minister of this country. Aurel.
That would be New Zealand.
That is correct. 10 points to Auburn. All right, congratulations to both of our teams and great work. And Texas A&M, you'll be moving on to our next round. All right. Our next 2 teams can come and take the stage. This is Hawaii and UC Riverside.
Okay, okay. We went up the wrong side.
No, no, no.
I'm like, no, we gotta do at least one more, sorry.
Who's currently in Colorado?
So he's not the best.
Wow.
Sorry. Let's get started. All right, welcome back. This is match 8 as of total. This will be Hawaii versus UC Riverside. I'm going to have Hawaii begin by introducing yourselves, and can you also introduce your team name? Kirsch.
Hello, my name is Mitchell Kirsch. We are the University of Hawaii Ka-mea-kolo. I am a second-year master's student in Dr. Giawei Tei's lab, and I study Aedes albopictus on Oahu.
Choi, I'm also going to ask if we can all just speak up.
Hi, my name is Kenneth Choi. Too loud? No?
Oh, that's great. That is excellent.
My name
Yes.
is Kenneth Choi, and I study native fungi and its effects on an invasive beetle in Hawaii.
Ow.
Aloha everyone, my name is Michelle Au. I am a master's student in Dr. Mark Wright's insect ecology lab, and I look and analyze the impact and success of introduced or beneficial and pest species.
Garby.
Hi everyone, my name is Kareem Garby. I'm a second-year master's student working on thrips, and I just want to say thank you to our coach and the best fly fisherman in the world, Dr. Mark Wright, our PI, Dr. Giawei Tei, and my mom, Samar Najia. Ooh, and also, our team name Ka-mea-kolo, it's Hawaiian for that which crawls.
All right, and UC Riverside. Crestline.
Hello, my name is Luke Crestline. I'm a fifth-year graduate student in John Harady's lab, focused on the phylogenetics of aphelinid wasps.
Legier.
Hi, I'm Laura Legier. I am a fifth-year grad student in Quinn McFrederick's lab, and I study bumblebee gut microbes.
Shates.
Hi, my name is Tessa Shates. I'm a 6th-year PhD candidate, and I study plant virus vector interactions.
Nyman.
Hello, my name is Ben Nyman. I'm still a fourth year, studying the larval ecology of mosquitoes, and Dr. Caleb Hubbard is still our coach.
Nothing has changed. I mean, new people might have moved in. All right, so just main reminders, no conferring with teammates until we get to the bonus round. Your mics are hot, but let's make sure we're speaking and projecting into the mic when you have an answer. And we'll get started with toss-up number 1. In terms of insect population ecology, there are 3 general types of distribution patterns for insect populations? Random distribution, uniform distribution, and what third distribution pattern? Nyman.
Clustered.
Clustered, I'm
where they
getting
are
shaken.
attracted to them, where members are more likely to be found closer to each other. Grouped together.
It's hard when I get one nod and a couple of head shakes. All right, they're shaking their heads yes now. You had said clustered, but we have clumped. It's not really a technical word, but it's still a definition. Excellent, and it was defined correctly. That's 10 points to Hawaii and a bonus. Oh, excuse me, UC Riverside. Thank you for holding me accountable. Sheesh. Okay, this is bonus number 25. Dragonfly, the debut solo album of Bob Marley's son, Ziggy Marley, featured guest appearances from two members of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, John Frusciante and what other rock musician? Crestline.
Paul McCartney.
That is incorrect. Audience? Flea.
Oh.
Flea.
Because it's an insect trivia thing, right?
Yeah, that kind of flea, not the running away flea. All right, toss-up number 2. The Triassic-era beetle species described in 2021 was the first ever insect to be discovered in a certain type of fossil. This information helped the authors determine that a species of Silosaurus must have fed on the tiny beetles. What type of fossil were the beetles found in? Garby.
Poop fossils?
That is correct. Fossilized poop. 10 points to Hawaii Hawaii and a bonus. This is bonus 26, image B7. What insectoid supervillain has been a part of the DC Comics universe since the 1960s? His main supervillain name is also the name of a certain insect larva, and one of his aliases is, fittingly, an entomologist named Robert Dobson. That's time. Can we have an answer? Garby?
Grub?
That is incorrect. Audience? Helgramite. Right. Toss-up number 3. Originally published in 1989, what classic textbook formally defines IPM as using combined means to reduce pest status to tolerable levels while maintaining a quality environment? Rheta Krell became a new co-author of this textbook for its latest 7th edition, joining Marlon Rice and original author Larry Pedigo. Kirsch.
Classical IPM.
That is incorrect. UC Riverside? Shates.
Insect pest management.
That is also incorrect. Audience? Entomology and pest management. All right, on to toss-up number 4. Male carixids of the species Micronecta schultzi use their external genitalia, specifically the right paramere, for what record-setting function? Garby.
Calling for mates?
Calling for mates. I'm turning to our judges. Okay, that is correct, and we'll accept it. We were looking for stridulation, but you've described it.
Thank you.
Yes. That's 10 points to Hawaii and a bonus. This is bonus number 27. Butterfly/Cocoon was an episode of what critically acclaimed drama series? M.J. Rodriguez and Billy Porter both received acting Emmy nominations for this show's final season, which aired on this past summer on FX. That's time. You have a guess? Kirsch.
CSI.
That is incorrect. Audience? Pose. All right, we are on to toss-up number 5. Some eulophid wasps have a relatively rare combination of life history characters because they live on the surface of their host and allow their host to continue to grow after it has been parasitized. Name each of the words that describe these two aspects of the wasp's life history. Garby.
Ectoparasitic coniobiont.
That is correct. 10 points to Hawaii and a bonus.
Oh, sorry.
All right, we are reset. This is bonus 28. What prize, named after a 20th century entomologist turned geneticist, is awarded annually by the Society for the Study of Evolution? It makes sense that this biologist, Katya Casamadis, is the newest winner of this prize in light of her research on genome evolution. And that's time. Kirsch?
The fantastical, wonderful, super awesome prize for genomic work in insects.
I mean, I like that better, but audience? Stepansky. And the reason I made some of those allusions to light, does anyone know why? Nothing in biology makes sense without the light, except in the light of evolution. I've seen that in a lot of email salutations. All right, we are on toss-up number 6. With over 2,600 species in over 400 genera, what is the scientific name of the most species-rich family of scale insects, commonly known as the armored scales? Garby.
Diaspididae.
That is correct. 10 points to Hawaii and a bonus. Bonus number 29. Last summer, ESA Vice President Dr. Jessica Ware was featured on the podcast Getting Curious. In her episode entitled, "Are Cicadas the Only Ones Having a Hot Girl Summer?" she discussed periodical cicadas, cockroaches, dragonflies, and more with the podcast's host, who is also a star of Netflix's Queer Eye. Name the host of this podcast. Garby.
Turner.
That is incorrect. Audience?
Jonathan Van Ness.
Jonathan Van Ness. And I highly recommend that you listen to that podcast episode. It's fantastic. All right, toss up number 7. After receiving EPA approval in May 2020, field trials of Oxytex genetically modified male mosquitoes began in the Florida Keys this year to test their efficacy in controlling Aedes aegypti. What is the trademark name of Oxytex GM mosquito technology? Nyman.
Ted Lethal.
That is incorrect. Hawaii? Kirsch.
Oxy mosquito.
That is also incorrect. Audience? Friendly. All right, and we are on toss-up number 8. When a silkworm larva spins silk threads to form its cocoon, a special chemical is secreted to stick the threads together. This chemical is a protein that comprises 20 to 30% of silk and surrounds the structural center of the silk thread. What is this chemical called? Garby.
Fibroin?
That is incorrect. UC Riverside? Shades.
Chitin.
That is also incorrect. Audience? Saracen. All right, and toss-up number 9. Where do human body lice, Pediculus humanus, lay their eggs? Kirsch.
The folds of clothing.
That is correct. 10 points to Hawaii and a bonus. All right, this is bonus number 30. John A. Mulrennan Jr. won the 2021 Ig Nobel Prize in Ig Nobel Prize. I'm going to start over. John A. Mulrennan Jr. won the 2021 Ig Nobel Prize in Entomology for his Cold War era study on a new method of cockroach control in what type of vehicle? On the interrupt. Kirsch. Oh, excuse me. I'm going to keep reading it. Mulrennan called his study a unique and challenging opportunity for military entomologists because residual vapors from the fumigants are much more dangerous in this type of vehicle.
Submarines.
That is correct. 10 points to Hawaii. And toss-up number 10. This is image T4. Wild honeybees don't have access to wax guides, so they must use clever carpentry tricks to merge hive sections that don't perfectly align. A 2021 study in PNAS identified multiple strategies that the bees use to overcome this architectural challenge. Name any one of those strategies. Kirsch.
The shape of the honeycomb.
The shape of the honeycomb. I'm looking at our judges. They're asking to elaborate.
I am definitely not the right person to elaborate on this subject, but I am going to go with the structure in the wall of the honeycomb is important in maintaining the rigid form of the honeycomb structure, and the
I'm getting
hexagonal.
head shakes. All right, that is incorrect. UC Riverside. Nyman.
The makeup of the wax.
The makeup of the wax. That is incorrect. Audience? Yeah, we're looking for changing the cell tilt, the cell size, using irregular cell shape, and changing the number of walls. All right, toss-up number 11. Okay, the terrestrial isopod Armadillidium vulgare is generally not considered an agricultural pest, but in the Midwest it has been observed damaging alfalfa, canola, and what other non-cereal food crop? Garby.
Soybean?
That is correct. 10 points to Hawaii and a bonus. Bonus number 31. The Italian liqueur Alkermes has a unique flavor profile derived from cinnamon, cloves, nutmeg, and other plants. However, its signature color is derived not from these plants, but from insects in the genus Kermes. What is the color of the Alkermes liqueur? Garby.
Pink?
The answer was pink, and that is incorrect. Very close, though. Audience? It's red.
Oh.
So close.
What?
So close. Okay, toss-up number 12. According to the 2020 report on the health of Colorado's forest, what Scolytony species was the most damaging forest pest in Colorado for the 9th year in a row? The official state tree of Colorado appears in the common name of this beetle. Crestline.
Western pine borer.
That is incorrect. Hawaii? Ow.
The pine ash borer.
That is also incorrect. Audience? It's the spruce beetle. I think I heard it over there. All right, we're on toss-up number 13. What is the mode of action of the insecticide rotenone? Garby.
It disrupts the electron transport chain.
That is correct. 10 points to Hawaii. And bonus number 32. Early 20th century geneticist Nettie Stevens bred many insects for her experiments. She even started a colony of Drosophila melanogaster years before her advisor Thomas Morgan popularized them as model organisms for hereditary research. But she is best known for discovering the function of what important structures found in the cells of both insects and humans. Garby.
The mitochondria.
That is incorrect. Audience? Chromosomes, particularly sex chromosomes. All right, we are on toss-up number 14. 2021 ESA A-Late Award winner Lydia Chawla coordinated a program that uses stem-boring weevils to control what noxious weed that causes major crop and habitat damage in parts of Africa and Asia. Please name the genus of this plant, which has some species native to the US called feverfew. Garby.
Bridal veil, asparagus.
That is incorrect. UC Riverside. Shates.
Mesquite.
That is also incorrect. Audience? Parthenium? Okay. Toss-up number 15. This is an image and it's T5. Rove beetles in the genus Stennis are capable of rapidly extending what anatomical structure, pictured here, in order to capture prey. Immature Odonata can also rapidly extend this structure. On the interrupt, Nyman.
Labium.
That is correct. 10 points to UC Riverside and a bonus. Bonus 33, and this is image B8. In 2018, Rachel Brosnahan won an Emmy for Outstanding Lead Actress in a comedy series for playing a character with what dipteran nickname? And that's time. Legier.
Maisel. Oh, I don't know.
Audience? Midge.
Oh, okay.
Miriam Midge Maisel.
Oh, okay.
All right, and toss-up number 16. This is the last question of our round. Several species of tiny moths in the family Graciluriidae are leaf miners, forming blotch-type mines that are often slightly raised at the upper leaf surface. What term is used to describe these upwardly projecting mines that the moth larvae use as metaphorical encampments? Shates.
Galls.
Can you repeat that?
Gall.
Galls, that is incorrect. Hawaii? Kirsch?
Towers.
Towers, that is also incorrect. Audience? Tentiform. All right, and that concludes this match. Congratulations to both of our teams. And great job, Hawaii. Ka mea kolo. You'll be advancing to our next round. We have a water bottle left up here from one of the teams. All right, we have Hawaii Ka mea kolo and Texas A&M. I want to remind our audience to please join us for the student awards ceremony following this last match. All right. Yeah, let's hear it for our excellent teams who are going to be competing in the championship round. All right, first question, first toss-up. Oh, excuse me, sheesh, okay. You get to introduce yourselves again, but I want you to keep in mind some new people might have moved into the audience, so. All right, Kirsch.
Hello, everybody. We are the University of Hawaii Ka mea kolo entomology team. My name is Mitchell Kirsch. I am in Dr. Tay's lab, and I study Aedes albopictus on Oahu.
Choi?
Hi, my name is still Kenneth. I study native fungi on its effect on invasive beetle in Hawaii under Dr. Chung.
Ao.
Aloha, everyone. My name is Michelle Ao. I'm a master's student in Dr. Mark Wright's insect ecology lab, and I analyze the impact and success and establishment of beneficial and pest species in Hawaii.
Garby.
Hi, everyone. My name is Karim Garbi, but you can go with Garbi.
Garbi.
And I work on using essential oils to control thrips.
And Texas A&M. Thompson.
Hello, my name is Morgan Thompson. I'm a third-year PhD student at Texas A&M University. I work with Dr. Angel Helms on the chemical ecology of plant-insect interactions.
Martin.
Hi, I'm Jacqueline Martin, and I am a PhD student, fourth year. I work with the plant hopper and the potato psyllid.
List.
Guten Abend. My name is Fabian List. I'm a fifth-year PhD candidate in Dr. Vargo's lab working on RNAi on tawny crazy ants.
King.
Howdy, I'm Joni Keene. I am also in Dr. Ed Vargo's lab and a fifth-year PhD candidate, and I research fire ants and fire ant decapitating flies, as well as science communication. Thanks again to our coach, Dr. Rangel, and the Southwestern branch for funding, and our department. Thanks.
And to our cheering section.
And just a reminder, your mics are hot, but let's make sure we project when we have an answer. And I think you know the drill by now. I think we all know your names by now, too. Hopefully I'm pronouncing them correctly by now.
Garbi is fine.
Garbi.
Garbi.
Gotta be. I took German in high school, so I'm hopeless. All right, toss-up number 1. Although canthariasis is often used as a blanket term to describe any invasion of body tissues by beetles, Mullen and Durden use what other term to specifically describe the invasion of tissue by adult beetles? Kirsch.
Supercanthariasis.
That is incorrect. Texas A&M. List.
Coleopteriasis?
That is close, but not quite. Audience. Scarabaeosis. Makes me think of the mummy. All right, toss-up number 2. Mayfly subimagos are often misidentified as imagos, and vice versa. What morphological character specifically distinguishes the imago from the subimago? Thompson.
The presence of fully expanded wings.
She said the presence of fully expanded wings, and that is incorrect. Hawaii. Kirsch.
Genitalia.
Said genitalia, and that is correct. 10 points to Hawaii, and a bonus. This is bonus 34. In early 2021, Godwin and Bond described 33 new species of the trapdoor spider genus Eumidia, including a species named in honor of what alt-country singer-songwriter, who was the most nominated woman at the 2019 Grammy Awards. She has had success both as a solo artist and as the member of an all-female supergroup, the Highwomen, and her annual music festival, Girls Just Want a Weekend, is held in Mexico near the type locality of her namesake, Trapdoor Spider. Name this singer. That's time. Can we have an answer? Kirsch.
Carlisle.
That is correct. 10 points to University of Hawaii. That's Brandy Carlisle. Toss-up number 3. In 1920, a Canadian lepidopterist became the first woman to be honored as an ESA Fellow. Many decades later, a new type of survey was developed for monitoring biodiversity of ecosystems. The lepidopterist has no connection to the survey, but her 4-letter first name is the same as the common 4-letter abbreviation of the nucleic acid detected in the survey method. Give either of these 4-letter names, which are spelled the same but pronounced differently. Kirsch.
Lead.
That is incorrect. Texas A&M. Thompson.
Anna?
That is also incorrect. Audience? Oh, okay. So we're looking for Edna Mosher or eDNA. Toss-up number 4. Although rhinotermididae were the subject of her doctoral dissertation, what other family of Isoptera did Margaret Collins primarily study during her entomological career? One such example was her study of Nassarotermes acujutulae nest architecture, and another species in this family, Parvotermes collinsae, was named in her honor. Martin.
Calotermididae?
That is incorrect.
Sorry.
Hawaii? Garby.
Termitidae.
That is correct. 10 points to Ka Mea Kolo, and bonus number 35. The ESA governing board is comprised of 6 branch representatives, 4 section representatives, the president, the vice president, the VP-elect, and 5 other positions. Name any 2 of those remaining positions.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
Ow?
Treasurer and outreach. Diversity, inclusion.
That is incorrect. One of those was correct. So that was treasurer, and the other option was outreach. Audience, do you know what the other correct answer would be? Could be, sure, past president, student representative, early career professional representative, which is pretty new, and executive director. All right, we're on toss-up number 5. Keltane, a pesticide formerly available for the control of mites, was removed from the marketplace by Dow AgroSciences in 2006. What was the common chemical name for this miticide? Garby.
Diclofol.
That is correct. 10 points to University of Hawaii. And bonus number 36. What British guitarist who died in 2001 was memorialized by a pine tree planted in Los Angeles Griffith Park? In an unfortunate and somewhat ironic development, the pine tree was later killed by an infestation of beetles. And that's time. Kirsch.
Sting.
That is incorrect. Audience? George Harrison. All right. Yeah, David, do you want to say why that's funny? Because it went over my head. There we go. All right, toss-up number 6. Silk is produced by many insect orders, but silk production is usually restricted to a single life stage. Name one of the 2 non-holometabolous insect orders that has species that can produce silk throughout their lifetimes during both immature and adult life stages. Garby.
Orthoptera.
That is correct.
Relicrididae. Oh, awesome.
That is correct. Orthoptera and Embioptera. All right, and bonus number 37 is an image, B9. A 2018 paper describing a new species of Scolopendra became controversial in 2021 after the government of what Asian country claimed that the authors acquired the type specimens illegally. Although the specimens were caught legally by local collectors in the town of Cabayan on the Mindoro Island, the first author did not obtain the correct permits to have them shipped from this country to his home university in Spain. Choi.
The Philippines?
That is correct. 10 points to University of Hawaii. Toss-up number 7. In North America alone, at least 39 exotic bee species have become naturalized. One such bee was intentionally introduced from Japan by the USDA in the 1970s for crop pollination services. What is the genus of this significant bee pollinator? List.
Apis.
Apis is incorrect. University of Hawaii? Ow.
Bombus.
Can you say it again?
Bombus.
Bombus is also incorrect. Audience? Osmia. That is correct. Toss-up number 8. Previous host of the entomology games, Jennifer Henke, was recently elected as the next vice president-elect of ESA. She is currently employed at what organization? This organization was originally founded in the 1920s to combat eye gnats, though its current name contains a different type of Diptera. Kirsch.
Coachella Mosquito District.
Coachella Mosquito District. I'm turning to our judges.
Or Coachella Valley Mosquito District, or
We're getting a nod. That is correct. 10 points to University of Hawaii and a bonus. That is the Coachella Valley Mosquito and Vector Control District. Bonus 38. Michael Osai is the current president of the Entomological Society of what African country? In 2018, this society held a fall armyworm symposium in collaboration with the CABI West Africa Center and the Kwame say it again, David. Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. And that's time. Garby.
Ghana.
Ghana, that is correct. 10 points to University of Hawaii. Toss-up number 9. What is the name of the new certificate program rolled out this fall by the ESA Certification Corporation? Martin.
Public health entomology and certified IPM technician.
That is correct. 10 points to Texas A&M. Certified IPM technician. Bonus number 39. In 2016, Sydney Brannock and Gavin Svensson named a new species of mantis after what U.S. Supreme Court justice? This mantis's neck plate was said to resemble the decorative zabots frequently worn by this Supreme Court justice. Martin.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
That is correct. 10 points to Texas A&M. Toss-up number 10. Giant salvinia is a species of water fern that is highly invasive in numerous lakes around the world, outcompeting native plants and disrupting fisheries. What family of beetles has been the most successful in controlling invasive populations of giant salvinia? Thompson.
Chrysomelidae.
That is incorrect. Hawaii? Garby.
Hydrophility.
That is also incorrect. Audience? Curculionidae, that is correct. Toss-up number 11. What type of PCR enables more rapid identification by using more than one species-specific primer in a single PCR reaction, thus amplifying several different DNA sequences simultaneously? Kirsch.
qPCR.
qPCR? That is incorrect. Texas A&M? Martin.
Multiplex PCR.
Multiplex PCR, that is correct. 10 points to Texas A&M. And bonus number 40, which is image B10. All right, see how good my Sanskrit is. The original Sanskrit names of these yoga poses are Vrishchikasana, Titibasana, Ashtanga Namaskara. Give the common English translation of any one of these poses, and each contains the name of an arthropod.
Scorpion?
King.
Oh, I'm sorry. Scorpion?
Scorpion, that is correct. The other two are firefly and caterpillar. Toss-up number 12. Two species of Typhoid wasp, Typhia vernalis and Typhia papillivora, were introduced into North America in the early 20th century as natural enemies of what scarabeid pest? Ow.
Japanese beetle.
That is correct. 10 points to University of Hawaii, and a bonus. This is bonus 41, image B11. All right. In the 2008 film Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse introduced audiences to many other web-slinging heroes that fought crime alongside Peter Parker. What is the secret identity of either the Spider-Man on the left or the Spider-Woman on the right? And that's time. Ow.
Eve.
That is incorrect. Audience? Miles Morales and Gwen Stacy. All right, toss-up number 13. Trunk refugia are traps designed as an inexpensive way to sample arthropods from tree trunks. What two-word alliterative term describes the material that these traps are primarily made of? This recyclable material mimics the color of the tree trunks, and it contains small spaces that mimic the trunk's natural crevices. Two-word answer is required. Kirsch.
Cardboard cutout, cardboard cup, cardboard.
That is incorrect. Texas A&M, list.
Corrugated cardboard.
That is correct. Corrugated cardboard. That's 10 points to Texas A&M, and bonus number 42. The ability for Chirixity to stridulate was first discovered by 19th century Irish entomologist Mary Ball. She is also known for her studies of Odonata and her extensive collection of animals in what phylum? This phylum is not Arthropoda, though it does contain species commonly known as sea butterflies. That's time. King.
Nidarians?
That is incorrect. Audience? Mollusca. I think I heard it back there. Yes. One moment. Okay, excuse me. Everything's fine. All right, toss-up number 14. In 1851, John Cassin and James Fisher first published their findings on a new species of insect in the United States. Although the species is named after Cassin, it is now widely accepted that the species actually discovered earlier by Margaretta Hare Morris, and that Cassin and Fisher only began investigating this species after reading her reports of its existence, name the family or the genus of this species, which has the specific epithet Cassinii. Garby.
Golden tortoise beetle.
That is incorrect. Texas A&M? List.
Noctuidae.
Noctuidae is also incorrect. Audience? Magicicada, cicadidae. Ah. All right, toss-up 15. What specific body part contains the components of a catapult-like structure that enables the explosive jumping ability of flea beetles in the tribe Altacini? A flea beetle has 2 of these body parts. On the interrupt, list.
That would be the hind coxae.
The hind coxae is incorrect. I'm going to read it in its entirety. What specific body part contains the components of a catapult-like structure that enables the explosive jumping ability of flea beetles in the tribe Altacini? A flea beetle has 2 of these body parts, each of which also contains ligaments that connect them and their corresponding tibiae.
Oh, sorry.
Garby.
The femora.
We're going to have to expand on that.
Darn, okay. They have enlarged hind femora that are...
That's
okay.
good. Enlarged hind femur. 10 points to University of Hawaii. And bonus 43 is image B12. The painting seen here with the caption, "They left because the boll weevil had ravaged the cotton crop," is one of 60 panels in the Migration series, depicting the mass movement of African Americans from the rural South to the urban North. The Migration series is arguably the best known work of what 20th century American artist? That's time. Kirsch.
Pablo Picasso.
That is incorrect. Audience? Jacob Lawrence. Okay. This is a toss-up question, and it is toss-up number 16. Sorry, what was the number again? Thank you. Got it. What insect family is essential for the production of iron gall ink? The ink is made using tannins extracted from oak gall. On the interrupt, Garby.
Cyanippidae.
Cyanippidae, that is correct. All right, and we're gonna call it, oh, okay, we're just gonna pick a random bonus. Host choice.
Oh my God.
For funsies. This one looks cool. Okay. The butterfly cluster is an open cluster of stars, roughly 1,500 light years away. From our perspective on Earth, it appears to be located between Sagittarius and what other constellation? Kirsch.
I just want to take a moment and thank all the teams that have competed today and the past few days in this entomology games, the people working behind the scenes, the people down here in front, the people over here, the volunteers wearing the orange shirts, and of course our wonderful moderator. And my guess is Capricorn.
That is incorrect. It's arthropelagical. Thank you. But audience?
Cancer?
Scorpius. Yeah. All right. Well, congratulations to all of our teams. Excellent work. I also would like to add, if you are interested in participating in entomology games and are unsure how to do so, please check out the roster of the Entomology Games Committee or look at the Entomology Games Committee's website for more information. Feel free to reach out to me. I'll be wandering around until Thursday. I'm happy to speak with you. If you're not sure if you can find a team for your university, we can help connect you to people in your branch. And I just want to thank everybody for attending tonight, and I hope you'll stick around for the Students' Awards ceremony. Congratulations to University of Hawaii, Texas A&M, and all of the other teams.